Greetings, this is Judah Bantu Rhythms, Bible Tidbits number 15, and the topic is burdens. This is one of the biggest themes in the Bible. We are either servants of the righteous living Creator or slaves to the adversary. Egypt in the Bible was known for its burdensome slave system, a punishment to the Hebrews, the Bantu people, a place where treasure cities were built off the sweat and labor of the poor. It was also a place of many gods or idols. We ought to ponder how modern America correlates to ancient Egypt with this capitalist society that emphasizes self-idolization and monetary gain while others work for subpar wages, the poor. The wicked of the earth dangle the carrot to the masses using celebrities, fancy cars, houses, beauty, and other vanities. However, there is a cost. There is a weight to sin that is a heavy one, a burden of the moyo, or spirit. This is a segment of Yelemiah chapter 30 in context, and these are the words of the Mfumu spake concerning Yisraeli and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Mfumu, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child? Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Mfumu of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Mfumu their Yah, and Zombie, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Mfumu, neither be dismayed, O Yisraeli, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be at rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. Next is Proverbs 11:1, and it says, a false balance is an abomination to the Mfumu, or Lord. Exodus 6:13 reads as, and the Mfumu spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Yisraeli, and unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to bring the children of Yisraeli out of the land of Egypt. Matthew 11:28, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:30 says, for my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Proverbs 27:3, a stone is heavy, and the sand weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both. Isaiah 57:21, there is no peace, saith my Nzambiyah, to the wicked. So there are weights and measures to all actions in life. So let's look into this topic of burdens a little further. Exodus 20:2, the Most High in Nzambiyah is instructing his people, the Bantu, after doing wonderful works. He says, I am the Mfumu your Nzambi, that have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. He also says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. And these are the gods of wood and stone, physical or spiritual, that enslave but cannot save men. Let's continue. A burden is defined in the Farlex dictionary as something that is a great stress or worry, a weight. A burden is something that is carried. Burden is also a synonym for tribulation. So Jacob's trouble is also Jacob's burden. Now, there are many things that point to President 44 as the Antichrist. Donald Trump correlates to a lot as well. Is it all just a smokescreen? We can wonder. I've had a couple of dreams about 44. In this example, I received a brief dream that Barack's name means more than to bless in Hebrew, but that it also means to burden or to weigh down. You might think, how do you know if it wasn't just your own heart's imagination? Matters are established between 2 to 3 witnesses, so let us continue to watch and pray. Notwithstanding, there are conspiracies that Obama is a clone of the pharaoh Akhenaten, and other messengers have given dreams and revelations regarding Obama as the beast or Antichrist figure spoken of in Revelation. The phrase Obama's time adds up to 98, where letters equate to numbers. Burden adds up to 98 as well. That indicates a possible correlation. Okay, continuing on. The number 81 correlates to false balance. Horus, sky god, wizard, and Kobe Bean Bryant, a top-level NBA player. Kobe Bryant's highest scoring game was 81 points. He died allegedly in an accidental helicopter crash on January 26, 2020. He also had an incendiary relationship with NBA player Shaquille O'Neal, or Shaq. His alias was Black Mamba, and Mamba is a snake. Strong's 8254 is Shakal, and you can see the root word Shaq. It means to pay or weigh, as in weights and measures. And this is intriguing. Let's continue. In 2020, President Obama and Shaq teamed up to urge Americans to get vaccinated. There are many conspiracy videos out there regarding vaccines. What's the true motive? You can research it. Let's move on. In the pantheon of Egyptian gods, Horus is also known as the falcon-headed sky god. This Wikipedia article goes over the mythology. According to the article, the Greeks also referred to Apollo as Horus, albeit a different god. In correlation to the topic, the Egyptian pharaoh was identified with Horus. They believed it represented kingship and protection. Now, the number 81 adds up to the name, as well as Sky God, and Kobe Bean Bryant. It appears that Kobe was associated with this Egyptian deity, exposed in his demise by falling from the helicopter in the sky. Let's continue. I found another interesting link. There happens to be an NFL player by the name of Kobe Bryant. Although slightly different letters, he bears the same name as the NBA player. And this guy played on the Atlanta Falcons. So we see another correlation. Okay? So Horus is also an anagram for hours. So is there a correlation to time in this Egyptian deity? Remember, Obama's time and burden add up to 98. There was a solar eclipse that occurred on April 8th, 2024, which also happened to be the 98th day of the year on the Gregorian calendar. The 9th plague that Moses commanded in Egypt was darkness. So is Horus connected with time of darkness relative to the God of this world? Wisdom of Solomon 2:22-24 says, and this is referencing wicked men, as for the mysteries of Nzambi, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. For Nzambi Yah created man to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. So the original plan did not include death or being bound by time. Let's continue. So the phrases Nine God, God of this world, Donald Trump, and Barack Obama add up to 68. From Wikipedia, the Ennead, or Great Ennead, was a group of 9 deities in Egyptian mythology, worshipped at Heliopolis. The sun god Atum, his children Shu and Tefnut, their children Geb and Nut, and their children Osiris, Isis, Set, and Nephthys. The Ennead sometimes includes Horus the Elder, an ancient form of the falcon god, not the son of Osiris and Isis. Pharaoh dynasty also adds up to 68. Now, the mic drop is a gesture of dropping a microphone after giving a performance or speech, signaling triumph. It is a form of boasting. Barack Obama had a viral drop the mic moment in 2016. What's the significance? Let's continue. Strong's 216 means mute, be dumb, or speechless. Kobe's death date, 126, is an anagram for 216. 216 also equals 6 times 6 times 6, a code for the beast in Revelation. 2 Corinthians 4:4 says, "In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of Yah and Zombie, should shine unto them." Also notice the verse 4:4 in correlation to President 44. Let's continue. The Messiah and Fumu Isaiah, or Jesus, says in Mark 9:25, "When Fumu Yisu saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him, and enter no more into him." So drop the mic can denote the dumb spirit or speechlessness. Let's move on. Jimmy Kimmel recently had his late night show removed after making some remarks. It was recently reinstated by Disney. Maybe the whole thing was a psyop. Anyway, prior to that, this article released where he ridiculed Shaq's ability to speak. Recall, Shakal means to weigh. And the pharaonic adversary lays heavy burdens, such as the deaf and dumb spirit. Strong's Greek 880 means voiceless, another link to speechlessness. The focal point is the number 88 here. The wicked, cockatrice, and accidental death add up to 88. Trump adds up to 88 as well. Ecclesiastes 8:8 says, "There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it." So this is another reference to mortality and the time to die. So regarding the beef between Kobe and Shaq, was there a price to pay or wait for the fame and fortune in the NBA? Let's continue. Strong's Greek 163 means to take or lead captive. Barack Hussein Obama adds up to 163, so there seems to be a correlation. Let's move on. Isaiah 42, 6-10 says, "I the Fumu have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house. I am the Fumu, that is my name, and my akimbo will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Sing unto the Fumu a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth, ye that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof." Clean up here, things imagine. Two parts become one again. Scribe straight from the pen. Just repent. Meso nini na nini, heal the woman and man. Home improvement. Isaiah is the foundation he met. We remember Emmett Till, Abba didn't forget. He will punish the wicked, wretched savages. He will gather the chosen seed that was scattered. Identify the truth, it matters. Yakubi DNA ladder. The melanated ones, some are rappers. Cadence and power. Be strong, athlete, clock tower, track the hours, watch hour. Pharaoh, let my people go. So Nini Nani declares, Pharaoh, let my people go. Let my people go. Pharaoh, let my people go. Walking down the street on. In summary, identification is imperative. Without a memory and ID of ourselves in the Creator, we would be disoriented. The God of this world entices with vanity, but sows confusion and disorder, ultimately leading to destruction. We are commanded to love, or Zola, the Most High Yan Zombie, not to love the world, neither the things in it. We can't serve two masters. What does it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? Hebrews 12:1 says, Wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily entangle us, and let us run with patience the race that is placed before us. And interestingly enough, we have verse 12:1. Antichrist adds up to 121, and we see a focus on the burden of sin. So there seems to be a correlation to all of these things. Thanks for tuning in to the message. Salama.